Someone recently commented on my video saying her husband works at the #1 flavoring company in the US, and he has to wear a hazmat suit just to handle the ingredients. Those same engineered flavors end up inside children's food. That comment didn't shock me. I actually have a cousin who's a food scientist for a top food manufacturer, and she helped formulate those fun Go-Gurt flavors for kids. Sour Patch Watermelon, Blue Raspberry Blizzard, Cotton Candy Crush, things that sound like a carnival ride, not a food group. And still, some people say the food system isn't intentionally designed for repeat consumption over health. Here's the insane part that no one likes to say out loud. Inside the factory, these compounds require more than just PPE. You need a full respirator and a hazmat suit like it's Chernobyl. Because these concentrated flavor chemicals are literally classified as hazardous industrial substances under OSHA. But once they're diluted, no big deal. It just goes into the yogurt and the cereals and the gummies. We call it a balanced breakfast and feed this to our kids, and some people still pretend this is no big deal. Food scientists are not formulating food for nutrition. They're engineering cheap cravings and dopamine hits. And look at the literature. It's the same playbook that Big Tobacco used. Addiction Reinforcement Cycles, or ARCs. These studies are for optimal bliss point and repeated exposure training in children. When someone says, oh, that's dramatic, or you're just fear-mongering, here's something that actually did make it into mainstream. Have you heard of diacetyl, the fake butter aroma used in popcorn? This was linked to obliterative bronchiolitis, or popcorn lung, in these factory workers. Not because they were weak, but because these compounds were bioactive. Kids just get microdoses instead of occupational doses, and they accumulate it over decades. Chronic metabolic disease didn't just mysteriously appear in 1990. In fact, it maps almost perfectly to a shift in incentives. Big tobacco buys big food hires big tobacco flavor chemists, highly processed, hyperpalatable becomes the new product. Children become the user acquisition funnel, and fun becomes the new marketing avenue. Look at every aisle in every grocery store nowadays. It's rinse and repeat. Here's a wild idea. You know what makes cherry taste like cherry? An actual cherry. But you can't patent a cherry. You can't build dependency off of a cherry. You can't sell 10 billion cherries without cartoon and movie buy-ins and loyalty programs. This is not a conspiracy. This is a business model that needs to stop. The food system didn't fail. It succeeded at its actual goal. Profits over health engineered with chemistry, psychology, and incentives, not recipes.